Hi there, how's it going? My name is Alex Sorige, and this is my explanation for Logic Control Exam 2. Now, getting started here, when we close switch SS4, that'll provide continuity over to this timer on and timer off delay. This timer off delay is going to provide immediate continuity over to this lubrication pump. It's going to immediately start providing lubrication into the system. The pump's operation is indicated by this pilot light here. Whenever the pump is running, we're going to see a yellow light indicated right here. The motor starter coil is contingent on timer 1 here, counting up to 5 seconds. Once it is counted those 5 seconds, continuity will be provided to that motor and it will start up. It's done to allow for pre-lubrication of the motor before startup. So if we go ahead and hit run here and flip the switch, we can see the counter counting up to, or the timer rather, counting up to 50. That will start the motor. Once the motor is started, we're also going to see pilot light 0 illuminate green up here. This pilot light will continue to illuminate green so long as the motor is running, and pilot light 2, indicating an oil and filter change is needed, is not illuminated. Here we have the two uses for the push button. The push button is basically used to reset this timer here, as well as a counter in the subroutine. We'll see more of that in a second. This retentive timer here is being used to track the runtime of the pump. After it is run for 60 seconds, we will jump into the subroutine. The purpose of the subroutine is to cause pilot light 3 to flash, indicating a need for an oil and filter change, as you can see here. Now let's jump into subroutine 3 here, and we can see how that works. Getting started, we have these two timer on delays. Both of their operation is contingent on the other. Here we have timer 3, which runs once timer 2 is done, and we have timer 2, which runs once timer 3 is done. And what this is going to do is provide continuity on and off over to pilot light 3, causing it to flash as you saw before over here, and indicate that a need for an oil and filter change is needed. That light flashes 4 times, which is done with this counter here. Once this counter has seen that pilot light 3 has been on 4 times, it will move us on to the return function, bringing us back in to the main function. Once we are back, we can see pilot light 2 here is on. This is telling us that the timer has reached 60 seconds and that an oil and a filter change is needed. We can conduct that change by going over here and pressing push button 1. Once that is pressed, this timer will restart again. The motor will eventually start after the pre-lubrication is finished, and the process starts over once again. Lastly, to indicate the use of this timer once more, we will flick this switch off. This will start timing up to 12 seconds. This is done to lubricate the system for 12 seconds once the whole system has shut off. Once the timer is done counting, this pump is off and the system is done. Thank you.